Chez Patterson,
Oui.
vous avez parlé à combien de quarts ou combien d'agents de quarts et comment ça s'est déroulé tout ça?
En toute transparence, après la blessure à Caleb puis la façon qu'il est sorti du terrain, j'ai commencé à appeler Jean-Marc Edmé, P.Y. Laverne, puis Marcel Desjardins, puis on a discuté qui était disponible sur le marché. C'est sûr qu'on cherchait un carrière avec de l'expérience à la Ligue canadienne. Puis là, on avait une liste, pas une grande liste, mais une liste je pense qu'on était 4 ou 5 noms. Puis on a parlé pendant tout le match, puis on était rendu à deux noms. Puis après le match, c'est loin d'être idéal comme situation, mais après le match, en sachant qu'on joue dans 5 jours, j'en ai parlé à Coach Maas pour lui dire il faut prendre une décision là, live, sur le spot. Puis ils ont discuté à l'attaque, puis on a décidé d'aller avec chez Patterson. Puis en sortant du stade, j'étais capable de négocier un contrat avec son agent. On a trouvé un vol pour Shea, puis il était de retour. Nous, on est arrivé à 8h ou 7h le matin, puis lui était en ville à midi.
Season back on track with a fourth different quarterback?
No, it doesn't happen very often, but welcoming the challenge. I think everyone's excited in this building for James to get an opportunity. That guy works extremely hard since he's been in our building. So, obviously feel terrible again, like I said, after the game about Caleb, and it's season ending, we all know. So, obviously, James is going to lead the charge.
How tough of a challenge is this?
It's a tough challenge. I mean, but challenges are challenges. I mean, you can look at it in a negative way or a positive way, and I think our team looks at it as a positive. Obviously Winnipeg, we know what we're going to get with them. We're on a short week. All those things with a four-string quarterback. So everything's against us, but there's a lot of belief in our locker room. And today, after flying across country on a short week, we probably had our best practice today, to be honest with you. Energy-wise, compete-wise, just looking at everybody, they're earnest to get back on the field and prove something. So I think anytime you have a team that's built that way, I think good things are going to happen.
The last time that James started a game was 2 years ago with Pittsburgh in the USFL. Did you look at any of those tapes, or is he just a different guy?
No, I mean, obviously there's a reason he's here. I mean, obviously you evaluate him. Danny evaluated him when we brought him in, and we liked what we saw right off the beginning. And the thing that people don't see about James, I mean, you can watch him practice, you see the arm strength, you can see his size. What you don't see is his preparation. I mean, last week he came in the fourth series of our game, having taken 0 reps on our first team offense for 10 straight weeks. All through training camp, he didn't get very many. He didn't want to dumb the game plan down. He wanted what was game plan, and he went out and executed every single play to his best of his ability. And that's why we know we have a chance with him. I mean, he will prepare like no other. He's excited about the opportunity. Like I said, the guys are going to rally around him, and he will be ready to play.
With Caleb being out, who's going to be in charge of QB sneaks in the offense?
Well, will remain to be seen. Yeah.
What's the key for Jason to get going tomorrow? Does it start with the shorter passes, running game?
I mean, honestly, it starts with execution and good decision making, to be honest with you. I mean, all of us have a part in that. I mean, obviously last week our game didn't start out the way we wanted it. First 3 series was atrocious. There's no better way of putting it on offense. And yet we settled down. The 4th series, we go down and get a field goal, and the rest of the game we competed and had 5 scoring drives, which, with the offense we had out there, that was outstanding in my opinion. I mean, there's other plays to be made to make more points, but it just comes down to execution. It doesn't matter who's in there. It's all 12 guys doing their job to make it run efficiently, but it's also 45 guys on a roster that help you win, and all 45 of our guys need to play better and play to the best of our ability and compete on every single play. That is what we're set out to do.
We saw Davis throwing some balls today. Anything you can tell us?
Yeah, I mean, getting better, obviously. I mean, that's the big thing. We're seeing progress, which we expected from him. Obviously, like I said, we had a plan. The moment the injury happened, there was a plan set in motion the very next day. And, he stuck to that. He's worked extremely hard. And he will be ready when the time comes. And, that'll be to play the rest of the year once his time comes. But, how far away that is right now, it's still up in the air. So, but he is getting better every day. Obviously, throwing out here with guys is the next step, and he's ready to take that. It looks like.
What could you tell us from your defense that you want to see more on Thursday?
Well, I mean, honestly, it just comes down to playmaking. I mean, I think team defense is team defense. Everyone, we talk, it's very simple. Alignment, assignment, technique, and then go out and use your ability, toughness, and effort on every single play. There's plays that we can get better at. There's technique that we can do better. There's plays that are there to be made that we can make. And that's everybody. And so I think if everybody just takes that little bit of approach this week and we start making those plays, we're going to get off the field, we're going to stop them in the red zone, we're going to do all those things by just doing that.
We saw a few guys back in training today. Do you have any updates for Thursday?
No, right now we don't. Again, we'll set the roster for 45 guys later this afternoon, and it'll be all previewed tomorrow. But right now, I mean, we're still evaluating, going through. We still have the practice to go through to make sure, and obviously talk to Tristan and the staff to make sure everybody that is ready to go can go.
So the same as Saturday?
Right now, it will be, yeah. It just, we still got some evaluating to do.
One thing for the fourth string quarterback to stay half an hour after practice. It's unusual for the first string quarterback to stay half an hour after practice.
Well, I think that's just kind of the way that, I approach it, but not just me, but like everybody out here. I mean, you guys see these guys that are waiting until the very last thing on the bus. Like Allie's calling it out, like we got a minute to go and there's still, 20 guys in the field. So that's one cool thing about this team is everybody is, dialed in and willing to do the extra work, and you definitely feed off that, especially someone like me who I like to do that. And so it's great to have other guys be like, yeah, let's run another route. We didn't like how that felt. Let's get another one. It's great.
Go ahead.
Is there a moment in your career right now that you could, show what you got, that show you that you can take the Alouettes on your back and make them win?
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity, right? And you just, you do everything you can to take advantage of that opportunity. And I think that the best way to do that is just take it one thing at a time, not change the prep and just go about it and attack the week. We're playing a good team, and I'm really excited about it. So I'm excited about this team.
Really, how much did you think, at start of the season that there would be a chance for you to start, especially starting, fourth on the depth chart?
Yeah, so that is the hardest part, in my opinion, about being a professional athlete who's not a starter, is you never know, right? It's always like you're preparing for something hypothetical that could or could not happen. So for me, it was almost surreal to have it happen in the game. It was something I visualized for a long time. Obviously, I wish it under different circumstances. But yeah, I think it's something that you just always have to be ready for. And when that moment comes, you do everything you can to be ready.
First CFL touchdown Saturday. How did you feel out there?
Obviously it was bittersweet. I wish it was under different circumstances, but Snead made a heck of a yak on that one to put it in, and so happy about it. Wish the result could have been different.
I thought that you looked confident back there under the circumstances. I was impressed by the strength of your arm. What did you, obviously the team lost, but from an individual standpoint, what did you like about under difficult circumstances?
There's a lot, take away, both positive and even the negatives, right? You look at it and it's like, okay, this is a great opportunity to learn. So the coaches did a great job with me, like yesterday, just getting together, watching the film and being like, okay, this is, we can correct and go about and do that. And so I think that as a whole, we take that mentality on very well. Like we always say, it's not a loss, it's a learning lesson, and so for me, it's like, okay, let's take away some good stuff. Let's learn from the stuff that could be improved. And that's great. That's just great for me to have.
I guess with your booming voice, there won't be any trouble hearing the call in the huddle or at the line of scrimmage.
Let's hope not.
Would that be safe to say?
Let's hope not. Yeah.
Are you going to get into broadcasting when you're done playing?
I don't think so. It's for a different time, but appreciate it.
Is there any pressure on your shoulders Thursday? It feels, to me, it seems that you have nothing to lose, everything to gain. Do you feel that way?
Yeah. To be honest with you, I just have been taking it one step at a time, and I'm not really thinking about the other factors besides just what I have to do, and it's almost like I can't control any of that stuff. I can't control any of the outside stuff. All I can control is being as prepared as possible and stepping on the field and doing the best I can. So all that stuff, I think to focus on that is to detract rather from, my prep and what I am doing. So.
Is it easier to play when the team's on a 3-game losing streak as opposed to a 3-game winning streak? Because this is usually what dictates that you're down to the fourth guy on your depth chart.
Yeah, obviously it's tough, but I think that the mentality around the whole team is just nobody's quitting. I thought we had a great practice today, and everybody's riled up to go. And so again, as a professional athlete, you know, you get thrown some tough stuff sometimes, and you have to be able to just objectively go in the field and execute your job. You know, regardless of how you feel, what's going on, you know, the situation in the year, it has to be, I'm going to execute the play, you know, the best I can. Because again, to focus on, oh man, we're on a 3-game losing streak. Like, what are you focusing on? No, like, let's focus on what we can do to get better. Let's be out here today, put everything we got into this, and that's how we dig ourselves out of that. And so I know that everybody out here has that mentality and is ready to go.
So based on 3 quarters last week, almost 3 quarters, and 1 practice this week, how prepared do you feel?
I feel good. I think I'm doing everything that I can. You know, it's a tighter week, but it's the same routine. So I'm just checking all the boxes that I want to check, and I know that if I check those, I'm going to feel confident going into the game.
Some players say they get really into it on the first hit. You got it quite fast. On your first pass, I think you got nailed. How tough was it to take those hits? You had a few.
No, it actually felt good. I mean, it's been a while. It's obviously I played in the preseason, but that's been my first regular season game since college, actually. So to be hit and to get back up, I mean, I kind of loved it, man. It was fun. So.
You had something with number 90. You had a few exchanges. What did you say with it?
No, it's just guys playing ball, man. He was fired up. I was fired up. It's good to be out there. He kind of hit and let me know. I'm like, come on, baby, all day. So it was fun. He's a good player, man.
With Pittsburgh, you didn't start in USFL?
I guess in the USFL I did start, yeah. So good correction there. Way to know my stuff. But that was, I guess, the last time. It feels like a long time ago, yeah.
What does it take mentally to wait as long as you did and then be prepared and fired to play great?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. You got to focus on the moment and not the future and not like the past, and that's the tough part really. It's tough not to like look ahead and be like, what if, and all this other stuff. So for me, it's been a challenge, but that's just been my biggest focus: is where am I at right here? Be where your feet are, and take it one day at a time.
The 2 numbers that jump out at me though are 34 and 36, and I'm sure you know what I'm getting at. That's very uncharacteristic of this defense. So what, you know, are you guys just on the field too much? Why do you think you're being exploited as much as you are?
It definitely don't got to do with being on the field too much. This is what we love to do. We sign up to play defense, so I don't think we complain about that. I just think we're not playing at our standard, especially when it gets down to the red zone. We know what we got to work on. We come out here each and every day and work on it. But it's not too much of a worry to us. I think we're going to adjust on it. We got a great game plan for this weekend, and we know what we got to get better at.
So how do you make plays then when plays are there to be made?
It's a collective effort. I mean, you can't make plays by yourself. Everybody got to do their job, and when your number is called, you got to make that play. You know, don't do too much. Do within your role, and like plays is going to come. So just not going out the way, not doing somebody else's job, trusting in your teammates, and when your play is called, just making the play.
What's the importance of the game on Thursday before the big bye week?
It's really important. For one, we playing home in the nest. We always got to try to protect that. Play in Winnipeg. You know, they're a great team. Their record might not show it, but they always been a great team historically. And you know, just coming off a 3-game loss, we got to find a way to turn this thing around.
I know there's a lot of injury this season. You know, you seem there's like a curse on the team right now for that.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. I mean, this is most injuries I've seen playing for any team. But that's the mindset we preach. It's always the next man up. So, you know, everybody in this locker room can play. Everybody here for a reason. So we expect the next person to step up.
You're one of the leaders on defense, obviously. You had a lights-out season in 2024. It might have been difficult to duplicate that again, but do you feel like you're playing up to your standards? Are you happy with your play?
Sometimes. I mean, I'm my worst critic. Even last year, you know, I'm always going to feel like I could do more. But this year, I feel like a lot of times, you know, I'm in a lot of game plans, so I'm not going to be as free as much. You know, and then just like I said earlier, try not to go out my role to go try too hard to make a play. You know, I just believe in it's going to come. Last game was one of the games that I was able to make a few plays. So just keep chipping at it, and like the plays would come.
But when